Hello, everyone. Welcome to Introduction to Sociology. My name is Kathleen Adams. You can call me Miss Adams or Miss A. And I will be your instructor this semester for our class. All right, so today I'm just going to give you a little primer of kind of what to expect from this class, how your grade will be calculated. I know y'all will care more and more about that toward the end of the semester, over the course of the semester. But I'll give you a little overview today. I'll give you a little bit of an idea of what the heck sociology even is, which I'm sure many of you are probably asking yourself. But we'll get more into that when we get into chapter 1. And I'll give you an overview of like the Blackboard course, how to navigate it, where to find what you need for succeeding in this course this semester. So I'm really looking forward to the following months that we are going to spend together studying sociology and learning about all sorts of things going on in our society today, and hopefully putting some perspective on it and looking to things that have happened in the past, and how that can shed some light on some of the social problems that we see even today. All right, so let me get a new screen up here to share with y'all. All right, pull up Blackboard. Here we go. All right, so I think it's still loading. Let's give the little computer a minute to chug along. There we go. All right, so when you open up your Blackboard and you click on this class, Intro to Sociology, this should be kind of what your landing page that you come to, the announcements or the home page. And as you can see here, this is like a permanent announcement up top where you'll see my office hours on campus at Columbus Tech for that current semester. So I'm recording this for summer 2023. So during that semester, my office hours here were Mondays and Wednesdays, 12 to 2. You can either come on to campus. We're past the COVID lockdown now. You can come see me and talk to me if you have any questions, concerns, need help reviewing for anything before a quiz or an exam. Happy to do that. If you want me to proofread something, one of the written assignments, you can come on in there. Definitely during those times and hours, but I'm pretty open and available if you just kind of reach out to me, send me an email. We can schedule something that works for you if my office hours don't work for your schedule. So that's kind of our home page. And then below that, we're at the beginning of the semester. So I will have this video that I am currently recording posted here. How meta. And then underneath that, there's kind of a whole word salad explanation of this whole class. This is basically in word form, all the stuff that I'm going to go over with you today. So if you are in this point in the video and you're like, I'd rather just read everything she has to say really quickly, you can close the video and go read that. But you are going to be held accountable for this information one way or the other. So whatever works for you. All right, so that's our home page. Then if we get over to our course menu here, you should see on the left kind of a whole menu of options for you to choose from. We'll kind of go in order here so you can get a little idea of what to expect this semester. So you've got your home page. Under that, you got course syllabus info. So I'm going to click there. And then let's get rid of our menu. Okay. So we're going to scroll on down. You got some instructions. Using the links provided below, please read your instructor, that's me, contact and course section details, the course syllabus, as well as the Columbus Technical College catalog and student handbook, and then complete the syllabus acknowledgement quiz at the bottom of the page to confirm you have read and understood the required course documents. Okay, so if you are enrolled in any other class at Columbus Tech, they're going to make you do this as well. So you have to do this in every single one of the classes you're enrolled in. So let's go down, do our instructions here. You got my contact information, our course section details. So you'll have my email, my office phone, what semester it is, what kind of class we're in, and if you're in an in-person class, where the class meets and when. Under that is the course syllabus, which I'll pull up in a second. Let's just get through this page on Blackboard. So we'll look at the syllabus in a moment. Then you've got our CTC catalog and student handbook. If you haven't read that over since you started, just give it a once over. And then our emphasis on work ethics statement for TCSG, our waiver of rights in the capture of students' attendees' image, likeness, or video, which we probably won't need for my class. And then at the bottom here, you have the acknowledgement. So once you've kind of read through the syllabus, listened to this video, or read that announcement on the home page, then you're going to click on this acknowledgement. It's about 10 questions long. It's not a graded assignment, but you have to complete it if you want to move forward in the class. It's kind of just like an acknowledgement, an agreement that you are saying to Columbus Tech and to me, yes, I'm kind of aware of what this class is all about, and I want to stay enrolled in it for this semester. And you complete that acknowledgement, submit it, and then the whole class will kind of start opening up for you. All right, so as promised, let us go over the course syllabus here. So let me change my application that I'm sharing with you. Let's see, that one. Let it load, let it load. All right, there we go. You should be seeing the syllabus now. So this is our syllabus for Introduction to Sociology. And again, you'll see my contact information up top here. Again, my name is Kathleen Adams. You have my office phone number and my email address down below. You have my reminder about office hours, which again are going to be Monday, Wednesday, 12 to 2 during summer 2023. But again, I'm pretty open to meeting with you whenever works for you. Just gotta let me know when that is. Under this, you have a link to our textbook. So you do not need to purchase anything for this class. It's all loaded up for you on Blackboard. Anything that you will need, any reading, any PowerPoint, any material, video, it's all free, accessible through Blackboard, including our textbook. So there's a link there for it. You want to look at that. That is open source. If you're somebody who likes to read a printed page, go over to the library and you can print out each chapter as we go along through the class. Or you can download it. Or you can just click on the link whenever it's time to move to a new chapter. And now for kind of the most important part of your syllabi for any class is your course evaluation, the grading scale. Basically, at the end of this semester, how am I going to calculate your final grade, right? So here we go. I'm going to start at the bottom with the largest component, okay? So down here, you've got exams, 30% of the grade. We're going to have 4 exams over the course of this semester, okay? We'll get more into that when we look at the course schedule in just a second. So your exams are worth 30%. It's a pretty big chunk of your course grade at the end of the semester, but don't worry, I will prepare you very well for these exams. More on that in a couple weeks. All right, quizzes are 25% of your grade. So about a fourth of your grade is going to come from our quizzes for every single chapter. There's a little quiz, usually about 6 to 10 questions, and you have 2 attempts for every quiz. So if you take a quiz and you get, say, a B-, and you're like, oh, I can't believe I got those 2 questions wrong, you can go back and take that same quiz again, and I will take the higher grade that you get between those 2 attempts. So hopefully, my hope is that you'll go back again, take it a second time, and get 100%. And then you know that information going forward when we get to the exams, right? Yay. All right. So we've got your exams, 30% quizzes, 25%, 2 attempts for each quiz. Then there's something that I'm calling activities here. So the activities are, they're a little bit different. Every chapter I have something new for you to kind of explore, read, watch a video. You do some sort of activity. Maybe it's go to a website and like look through a recent report on crime and you pick out a few things and then you write about it. So basically each activity is a little bit different. It'll kind of, the purpose is to get you kind of engaged with that chapter's material in like a more relevant, kind of interesting, hopefully, maybe even fun way. So this one's a little bit harder to explain in like a broad way, but in any case, I'll have you perform some sort of task activity, and then you will write about 200-word kind of reflection on what you did or read or watched, to put it as succinctly as possible. So the activities really are kind of a written assignment component to the class, but I'm more interested to see that like you're engaging, you're showing interest, you're learning that the material that you just read in a textbook isn't just that, it's also something that can be very relevant to our daily lives. All right, so you've got your exams are 30%, your quizzes are 25%, your activities are 25%, and then your attendance, or probably change this to participation, every single week is worth 15% of your grade. If you are in an on-campus class, then your participation will take place in our on-campus class, right? So that's where your grade will come from. If you sign up for an on-campus class, I assume you're going to be present and participating and attending on a regular basis. And that is part of your grade. On the other hand, if you're in an online class, the way that I grade this is a little bit different, because obviously there's no classroom for you to show up and walk into regularly. So stay tuned. I will go over the whole attendance link in Blackboard in just a moment here. But you will definitely want to make sure you complete the attendance every week, because as you see, it's worth 15% of your grade. It's super easy, so there's really no excuse for you not to get that 15%. All right. And then at the very end of the semester, like the last week or two, I'll open up a link to something called the reflection. It's just a short little written assignment all the way at the end where I basically ask you, what have you learned, or has this class impacted you in any way, which I hope it does. So all the way at the end of the semester, you just complete that for me, and that's kind of the final 5% of your grade. But you don't have to worry about that for quite some time. All right, so that is kind of the gist of what you can expect during this class in terms of what you'll be submitting to me. And if we look down below, I won't spend too long on this because I want to keep the video short enough that you'll actually watch it. So we've got our course info. Once you finish this course successfully, With a C or above, you will get or earn 3 credit hours. And there's a course description. So some of y'all might be wondering, what the heck is sociology? Here's a very broad outline for you. A little bit too big. So, Intro to Sociology explores the sociological analysis of society, culture, and structure. It's presented as a science with emphasis placed on methodology and theoretical foundations. We'll get into that in Chapter 2. And we'll be covering a lot of topics in this class. A short list of some of those topics includes kind of our basic concepts, socialization, social interaction and culture, social groups and institutions, deviance, social control, social stratification like inequalities, social change, marriage, and family. So pretty broad definition there, and we'll get into the details as we move through this class. But if you look below, it kind of lists out kind of all the different learning objectives that we'll go over in this class. If you want to look over that, you can open up that syllabus link on your main course homepage. All right, now let me go back to show y'all Blackboard again. All right, so back to Blackboard. We went over our syllabus and the syllabus link. So make sure you go over all that and take that acknowledgement at the bottom of the page so that we can move forward in the semester. All right, back to our main menu over here on the left. So we did the home page, we did course syllabus info. Next, I'm going to go over our attendance link. If you are in an on-campus class, you do not need to worry about this. You just show up to class that you signed up for. However, if you're in an online class or a virtual class, pay careful attention to the following words that I will list out for you. Okay, so you're going to click that attendance link every single week. Attendance is due. What does it say here? Every Thursday at 11:59 p.m. Attendance is worth 15% of your final grade in this class. Here we go. Here's kind of the simple directions, and then I have some more detailed ones, which I'll show you. Virtual students. To signify your weekly attendance in this class, you need to log into class and complete the attendance assignment by 11:59 p.m. on Thursday each week. If you do not complete this assignment by Thursday evening, you will receive a 0 for that week's attendance score. I will drop the lowest attendance grade at the end of the semester, which pretty much means you can miss 1 week and it won't count against you. And if you're enrolled in an on-campus class, again, you don't have to complete this. You'll be showing up in class on campus. Take note, I'm very flexible when it comes to if you need to turn in a quiz a couple days late, even an exam a day late, one of the activities. However, when it comes to these attendance assignments, the purpose of these is to make sure that you're logging into class, you are keeping up with the schedule, you know what is due that week, and you've asked me any questions that you want to ask me by the end of the day on Thursday. So with that being said, I do not accept late submissions for attendance assignments. Don't even ask me. I will not accept them. If it's not in by Thursday evening, 11:59, you will get a 0 for that week's attendance, okay? So no, don't wait until the last minute. I've had lots of students who do it first thing on Monday. So I open the attendance assignments up on Monday at 12:01 a.m. and it's open until Thursday, 11:59 p.m. So it's open for about 4 days every week. Opens up Monday morning. And yeah, I've had students who just, knock it out by like 9, 10 a.m. on Monday, and then you don't have to worry about it. So don't wait until Thursday, 10:35 p.m. to do it, because something might happen, or there might be a storm and the internet goes out, or you might fall asleep because you're tired after work, So don't wait till the last minute. Just get these done. It's super easy. It won't take you but like 1 minute to complete these. It's just a matter of doing it. So here's what you're going to do. We're going to click on this link up here, weekly attendance assignment. Again, complete by 11:59 p.m. on Thursdays. Here we go. So again, no late submissions. I'm reiterating that. Turning in another assignment, like if you turn in a quiz or an exam or an activity, that does not count as your attendance. That's awesome that you've turned that in, but it doesn't count as your attendance. This is a completely separate submission that you have to turn into me. Okay, so if you forget to turn in your attendance and you're like, oh, but I turned in the chapter 3 quiz, that's great. You get credit for that quiz. You don't get credit for the attendance. And then if you miss the attendance submission, that doesn't mean don't do anything else that's due that week, right? You'll get a 0 for your attendance, but you still want to get credit for whatever else is due, a quiz, an activity, an exam. So just because you miss the attendance doesn't mean, oh, well, I might as well, not do the chapter 2 quiz and the chapter 2 activity. No, still complete those assignments, right? All right, now here's what you're going to do. The attendance assignment is very simple. It should only take you 1 to 2 minutes, really, to complete. We're going to click the blue attendance link below, whatever week it is in our class. And then a text box is going to show up. And in that text box, there's one question you have to answer. Here's the question every week. What assignments are due by Sunday of that week? FYI, all of your other assignments that are not attendance are always going to be due Sunday night. Okay, so I give you all really the entire week to turn in your material or your submissions to me. However, I don't always work on Saturdays or Sundays, right? So that's why I like to have y'all complete the attendance by Thursday night. So if you do have any questions or concerns or anything like that, you can bring it up with me before the end of the week, right? So that's why we complete the attendance by Thursday night, and then all those other assignments, the quizzes, the exams, the activities, those will be due on Sunday night. So the attendance, you're going to tell me what is due that Sunday, pretty much. Easy peasy. I also have a link here with like detailed instructions for the attendance. So you can kind of see, I'm going to pull that up here in just a minute. So you can kind of see what to expect. I've got some screenshots in there. Let that load. Here we go. How to submit your attendance. You can click that link if you want more like step-by-step instructions. Again, due by 11:59 on Thursdays. Short and simple. Every week. No late submissions. All right. Here we go. Steps to complete the attendance assignment. Under assignment submission, click the gray Write Submission button. I'll show you a picture below. Once you click Write Submission, a text box will appear on the screen. In the text box, you simply tell me what is due that week on Sunday, and then you're going to see the screenshots, and then you click the Submit button at the bottom right of the screen. So let me show you a picture. So when you click each week's attendance, don't worry about that date on here. This is an old screenshot, but it'll look the same for you. So this is kind of what you're going to see when you click each week. Then you'll see, the due date, whatever that may be, how many points it is. And down here, this is what you're going to click. Write Submission, that gray button, and then click that. A little text box like this will show up for you. And in the text box, again, all you have to write is whatever is due by that Sunday. So and you can just pull up the course schedule and see that. I will also send out announcements every Monday morning telling you exactly what's due that week. So you can just copy and paste it into that text box, click submit, and you are good to go. All right, hopefully this is easy enough. If it's not, let me know, and we can go over it again. All right, get out of that. Now we're going to go back to Blackboard again. Yeah. Let that load. Okay, there we go. So back on the attendance, that's your attendance instructions if you want to get to that document I just showed you. And then below that, you're going to see whatever week we are on. So if we're in attendance week 1, you're going to open that up. Again, it's kind of what you just saw on that document. You're going to click write submission. Then a text box is just going to load here. And then you're going to put, whatever is due that week. I don't care what format you put it in. You can put, it with a set of commas, semicolons. You can put bullet points. Whatever you need to do to get that across to me is fine. And then you click submit down here in the bottom right, and you will be good to go for your attendance credit that week. All right. Again, that's only for online students. If you are in an on-campus class, you do not need to worry about that particular submission. You'll still be graded for your participation. You just will be graded differently, since you'll actually have to show up on campus. All right, let's move ahead to our course schedule on the menu over here, right below attendance. We've got the course schedule. There we go. So over here, you got a reminder. What class am I in? Intro to Sociology, where it'll tell you what semester we're in. I'm recording this during the lead up to summer 2023. And then you got my name in case you forget it. All right, then I have kind of the whole schedule pasted there, or you can click on the PDF version if you want to kind of print it out to keep with you so you can remember what's due all the time. Let me open up that separate PDF link so we can go over some basics. Uno momento. All right, here we go. So here's our course schedule. Again, I'm recording this during summer 2023, but if you're watching this during a future semester, just pull up that schedule on your Blackboard course, and it'll look pretty similar to what I'm going over, just the dates will be different. All right, so this is pretty much every week what you're going to kind of click into, or I will also, of course, be reminding you about all of this in emails and announcements and in person if you're in an in-person class. So, but this is kind of the layout. You got week 1, you'll have your assignments, and then you'll have your due date over there, right? So for this particular schedule, week 1 of the semester, I'm going to be going over chapter 1, Intro to Sociology, the basics, and then under your assignments, you're going to have to do your attendance submission, which we just went over. If you're a virtual student, you're going to have to do that by what day? Thursday. Thursday by 11:59 p.m. or you get a 0. So that's your attendance submission for virtual students. Then, as you can see, the other assignments are all due on Sunday, Sunday night before midnight, pretty much. And then you're going to have the syllabus acknowledgement, the first activity, which is a little reading called the Body Ritual of the Nasarima, and then a quiz. Your first quiz on chapter 1, right? And then you got chapter 2, which will be going over sociological research. Again, you're going to have that attendance submission every single week due by Thursday. Yes, you're correct. And then once you get that done, you'll do the second activity for chapter 2, constructivism or positivism, and then chapter 2 quiz, and both of those submissions will be due by Sunday, right? So every week, Thursday is your attendance, and then anything else is pretty much going to be due that following Sunday. And you can see if you kind of just go down the right here under due date, you see Thursday, Sunday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, 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 right? And so on all the way through the semester. So once we get into the rhythm of that, hopefully it'll just be, second nature to you to make sure you get your attendance out of the way. And I always send plenty of reminders to y'all about all of these deadlines, really, but especially the attendance. All right, so that is your schedule. We'll work through that over the course of the semester. No need to get stressed yet. We'll start out slow here with a little intro chapter. We'll talk about research, culture, theory, then we'll move into things like socialization, groups and organization, deviance, crime, social control, social stratification in the United States, global inequality, race and ethnicity, gender, sex and sexuality, aging and the elderly, relationships, marriage and family, and social movements and social change. So those are all the chapters that we have coming up ahead of us. And let me share Blackboard for us one last time here. There we go. Loading. There we go. All right, so here's your menu again. So we went over the home page, right? This is where all your announcements. So my office hours are listed. I'll send out announcements all the time to y'all. So those will always be loaded right here when you click on the course page. Under that, you have your course syllabus info, where you're going to log in and take that acknowledgement quiz at the bottom. Under that, you've got your attendance page for my virtual students. This will be more pertinent to your success in the class. Under that, you got your course schedule, which applies to everyone. Okay, so we've kind of done those basics, and then I don't utilize the Blackboard calendar, so don't worry about that. Then you're going to click on content and assignments, okay? Now look at this first little post at the top right here, right? It says, not seeing any content on this page. That's because you haven't submitted the syllabus acknowledgement. As soon as you submit the acknowledgement, you'll be able to view the Unit 1 material. To access the acknowledgement, click on Course Syllabus Info on the main menu and scroll down to the last link, okay? So make sure you submit that acknowledgement, and once you do that, you will see this link right below that says Unit 1, okay? But you're not going to see that link until you submit the acknowledgement, okay? So I'll click into Unit 1. We're going to start with Chapter 1, like the schedule said. And let me just show you I have all the chapters kind of look the same. It's all kind of the same setup. So you got Chapter 1 here. I'll always have some sort of graphic or chart or a quote, something that has to do with that week's material at the top. So I've got a little quote up here from a sociologist named Pierre Bourdieu. Under that, you're going to have a link to a PDF that's just things to start thinking about before we really get started with whatever chapter we're on. Just kind of general questions just to get into your head. You don't have to answer them necessarily or turn anything into me. Under that, you'll have your textbook reading for whatever chapter we're going over. Then for some chapters, I might have an additional reading that I'll bring up in class or in the lecture. So for Chapter 1, there is an additional reading. So So I have that linked right there. It's called the Sociological Imagination. Under that, this is really the meat and potatoes that you want to pay attention to for this class. You'll always have a link that says lesson. And this is essentially a link to a PDF version of my PowerPoint. All of your quiz questions and exam questions can be answered by clicking the lesson link, okay? And then under that, I have video, like PowerPoint videos of all of my lectures, which utilizes that PowerPoint in it. So you can also watch my lectures that I recorded previously on there for each chapter. Under that, there'll be a link for helpful videos. These are usually just, click into the chapter 1. Just some videos that I've found over time that are kind of helpful in explaining certain concepts we're going to go over, or readings a little bit more in detail. Some of, we've got like the historical context for why sociology emerged here. Just some different kind of ways to think about and learn about some of the material that we're going to be going over. And then under that, there'll be a worksheet, which you can print those out and fill those out as you're like going through the PowerPoints or listening to my lectures. You should be able to fill out those worksheets. And if you have those worksheets filled out, the quiz and the exams should be super easy. So I recommend doing those worksheets, but you don't have to turn them into me. Under that, there's an optional discussion board. This is just for anybody to just post kind of what they're thinking about that week's material. If we're studying a certain concept and then you're at the grocery store and you hear somebody talking and it makes you think about what we're doing in class, like write about that experience. Or if you're in another class and like what you're learning in that class relates to what we're talking about in our class, share that with everyone. So it's optional. It's just a place for us to kind of communicate with each other, collaborate. And then under that are the required submissions, right? So you've got your activity on NASAREMA for the first week. And then under that, you have your link to the quiz. All right. So every chapter is going to be kind of set up in the same way. Let me show you just, this is chapter 2, same kind of setup. You'll have a quote at the top. You've got questions to think about before getting started. You've got your textbook reading, additional readings and links to explore. The lesson PowerPoint link, the lecture that's pre-recorded, got a little YouTube video on sociological research, helpful videos, some additional videos that kind of illustrate research in sociology, an optional worksheet for chapter 2, an optional discussion board for chapter 2, and then your activity and your quiz, the 2 required assignments for chapter 2. So every chapter, right, it's going to be organized in the same general way. All right, back over to our course schedule, or our course menu, excuse me. So you got your content and assignments. Under that, grades and communication, that's where you'll click if you want to find out what your current grade is in the class. Got online resources. Below that, let's load that for you. So there's a link to your textbook again. You've got Blackboard help if you're having some glitches or issues, and especially if it's on like the weekend, that's a good place to go to. You have info on all of our academic support labs, like the writing lab or science lab or math lab. You have a link to Galileo, which is our Georgia kind of library, virtual library website, films on demand, Echo 360, which we're actually phasing out right now, so don't worry about that. and an online tutoring 24/7 website. So if you ever need any help, maybe doing one of the activities or something, especially if you waited till Sunday to do it and you can't get in contact with me, you can always click on this tutoring anytime, anywhere link, and they'll help you. Somebody's always there to help you, even with sociology, to help you get through or understand a certain reading or assignment. All right. So hopefully that gives you a pretty good idea of the basics of the class, what's required, your syllabus, the grading scale, the organization of our Blackboard course, and get rid of that real quick. Okay. And I hope that you are looking forward to the semester as I am. So welcome again to Introduction to Sociology. Please email me if you have any questions, if I didn't go over anything quite enough, or you need me to kind of reiterate anything. Again, you can come see me during office hours if you need a little bit more explanation or instruction. And I look forward to getting to know all of you over the course of this semester. So keep an eye on your Columbus Tech email. I will definitely be sending out class emails very often to you, and reminders about all your due dates and the attendance and all that good stuff. So keep an eye out on your email. Keep an eye on that home page on Blackboard. Print out your course schedule. Keep that handy so there's no surprises. And I hope y'all are having a great first week of classes, and I hope you're excited about all of the classes that you're enrolled in. So it's going to be a good semester. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for watching this whole video if you made it through the whole thing. And I hope you have a wonderful day. All right. Signing off, Miss Adams. Looking forward to a great semester with all of you.